Kokilai Lagoon, located on the northeast coastline of Sri Lanka, is an estuarine lagoon fed by several small streams and linked to the sea by a narrow channel. It consists of extensive seagrass beds and some patches of mangroves and mudflats. Kokilai is well known for shrimp and mud crab fisheries as well as other fisheries. The lagoon and adjacent mangroves provide breeding, nursing, feeding grounds as well as habitats for many aquatic fauna. Coastal families depend on different services of these ecosystems.
Anything specific about the Kokilai Lagoon that
It's really productive.
Very
Covering with
productive.
huge range of mangroves.
Yes.
And every day they can catch a fish, maybe prawns, maybe crabs.
Yes.
Really productive and large, like with quite big lagoon in Sri Lanka.
Yes.
But
Mud crabs are known as Chelacerata. There are many families in the area who depend on the mud crab fishery. However, their level of understanding about the biology of mud crabs, such as where mud crabs live, how they breed, how best to catch them, and to sustain the fishery, is very low. There's a ready market for live, undamaged mud crabs over 350 grams in weight. Yet, at present, mud crab fishermen use nylon nets to catch mud crabs, with the consequence that claws, nipples, and pincers are damaged, crabs die, and other untargeted species of fish and other fauna are also caught and wasted as bycatch. The price plummets by 50 to 75% for damaged crabs. In addition, the nets are also damaged. The Seva Lanka Foundation, under the aegis of MFF Small Grants Facility, has begun a project to revive a traditional livelihood related to the mud crab fishery. Mahini Samarakun Sangapuli,
The project
the
manager.
project manager, talks
Tell me
about the
something
project.
What have you done? What have you given? Now you are the grantee of this Seva Lanka project.
I wanted to give some traditional, I wanted to promote some traditional
Yes.
for crab fishing.
Yes.
Means I wanted some target fishery.
Yes.
Now, with out of 30 beneficiaries, we have provided materials for 6 up to now.
Yes.
Or everybody earning day to day something, maybe 1,000 rupees, even up to 4,000 rupees day to day as a supplementary income.
Yes.
Now he said he bought one Almira and one gas cooker. It means sometimes that supplementary income is not in the place, maybe they do not purchase that one.
Yes.
And he's trying to pay that loans through this supplementary income. Anyway, my objective was to reduce that unwanted fauna catching
Okay.
small fish.
Yeah.
And now they have some kind of target fishing.
Yes.
If they want crab, they can take it. They do not want many small crabs, they can discard
Right.
it. That is my main point of view. But that is what I wanted by providing them some kind of supplementary income.
Yeah. To have sustainable
Yes.
fishery. Yeah.
30 mud crab fishermen in the lagoon have been given 3,000 traditional traps or 100 traps per fisherman for crab fishery from August 2012. They were shown how to use this trap as well as how to avoid wasteful fishing. The traps were made locally by fishermen and the cost of each trap was only about $1. Traditionally, a baited trap is lowered. The bait used is discarded meat of rays. Because this meat is hard, it takes time for crabs to munch it, making it easy for fishermen to catch the crab, tie it up and take it to a buyer. This traditional trap allows the crab to enter and escape without being damaged. If the crab is molting at the time of capture, the crab is transferred to another fattening cage till it gains muscle. This method is non-wasteful and sustainable. These crabs are then taken to the buyer and sold. The crab is weighed by the buyer and the fisherman is paid. He has earned about 12 US dollars for 2 trips. Every 2 days, 100 to 400 kilograms of live crabs are collected by the exporter PNF Fernando, an exporter to Singapore and Hong Kong. It is expected that household income will increase by 10 to 25% as a result of this intervention. The project is consciously gender neutral, and P. Malika talks about the project.
I go with my husband to catch mud crabs and we catch 2 to 3 per day. We earn an extra income of about 40 US dollars a month from this fishery.
Already, household income has increased, and a fisherman talks about the benefits he has gained with the project. Mahini asks the fisherman whether there has been any benefit from this project. He responds that with the supplemental income from the project, from the traditional mud crab fishery, and also from fattening crabs before selling them, he has bought a cupboard to keep his family's clothes. They had never owned a cupboard before. He has also bought a gas cooker. Before using the gas cooker, they were extracting wood from mangroves as firewood. This is an additional benefit from the project. Fishermen are conscious of the services that the lagoon provides them and are anxious that authorities prevent destructive fishing. The MFF SGF revives something old to become new again.
Fishing.